Grace. Grace. Hello. Grace, are you there? Okay, today we are going to look at the insert button. We are going to be able to insert certain elements. So under the insert button, when you click on insert there, our ribbon will change. And then we are basically going to insert certain items into our document. So for example, if we have a document like this, and I need to insert a table somewhere. So I will click where I want to insert the table, create a space. So to insert a table, you come to insert table. So you can scroll your mouse over as the table draws itself and you click. Or you can still come under insert tables. Then you click still insert table. So you specify the number of rows and number of columns. So for example, if I want four columns, I need 4 columns and 8 rows. And I click OK. So when the table comes, these small ones are called the cells. You are free to type it to say we have columns and we have rows. So for example, I may have names there. Then I have geography marks, biology, and then the total. So you can type in your table. Hope you are doing the same that side. And do the same that side.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have our table like that. Now, when you click outside this table, you will see that our menu bar stops at the view button. But the moment I click inside the table, we have the table design and the layout tabs come. So we are going to use these 2 tabs to design our table differently. So when you click out of the table, those will not come. You click anywhere inside the table, you have the design and the layout. Let us begin with the layout tab. So from the layout tab, we have a number of options, a number of tools we can use. For example, you may want to delete columns, rows, or to delete the table itself. So if I want to delete the table, I'll click inside the table, then under layout, you come to delete, then you choose delete table. I'm going to use undo to return it. If you want to delete a column, again, you click anywhere inside that very column you want to delete. Then you come to delete columns. Again, I'm using undo to return it. If we want to delete a row, I may want to delete Jane. So I'll select that row. Then I come to delete rows. Okay, I'm using undo to return. So we have been able to see the delete. You can delete cells, you can delete columns, you can delete rows, you can delete table. You can practice that in your free time. Then we have the insert. We can insert rows and columns. So for example, if I need to insert another column for another subject here after biology, so I'll click inside biology and I'll click insert to the right. So I insert and I can now put another column for English. If I want to insert on the left of biology, I'll click inside biology and I click insert left. So I can add another column there. If I want to insert rows, I'll click on insert above, we'll put a row above, and insert below, we'll put a row below. So if I want a row below Bob, below Jane, so I'll click and I click on insert below. Now there you're adding one row and one column. But you may want to add more rows or more columns. So if I want to add 3 columns, it means I'm going to select 3 columns at once. Then I'll click on insert to the right, so it will insert 3 columns. If I want to insert more rows, I'll just select a number of rows I want to insert. Then I'll click insert below, so it will insert the number of rows that I selected. Okay. Any questions so far?
Understood.
Okay, let's continue. So under still the layout tab, we have splitting cells, splitting table, and we have merge cells. Now merge cells combines 2 or more cells into one. Okay, I'm going to insert a row above. And I want to put a title there, senior to end of term marks. But I want this title to fill all of this gap here, okay? So I'm going to merge this and I form one single cell, which is going to take up all of this heading. So by selecting, I come to merge cells. So it is now 1, and I can edit it using the font group. I can put it in a center. Then you can increase its size depending on what you want. You can even fill it with a color. Yeah. Can contrast it with the color and make it bold. So there I have used the merge and center. Another tool there we have is splitting cells. So I may want to split these cells. If I select those cells and I select split cells, I can split them into more columns and more rows. So I'm going to split them into 4 columns and 4 rows, and I'll click OK. So as you can see, these cells I have split them more. Then another tool to study there is splitting the table. So I can split this table into 2 tables. So if I click at Jane and I click on split table, so you can see now I have 2 tables. To get them back, you just delete that space and you have your tables back. Then we can increase the width and the height of a cell. There are 2 ways of doing it. You can either do it manually by selecting, say, a column like that. Then you can increase its height. You can increase its height. You can reduce its height. You can also increase the width, or you can reduce the width. I'm using undo to get my table back as it was. Okay. Or you can do it manually by coming and clicking on the right. When you move your mouse, it comes to the right. So your mouse is going to turn into a double arrow. Then you can click, hold, and drag. And hold and drag up. So whichever works for you. We have also auto fit to contents. I may have a cell. Say if I have a name here like Peter, as you see, this name automatically goes down. But I just want this name to fill the entire cell. So I can select that. And I come to auto fit to contents. So as you see, my table now adjusts automatically. So if you can see now, the content is fitting automatically basing on the size of the table I have. That is called auto fit. Then you can also choose, let me expand this. So I have expanded this. You have alignments here. You can choose to have it in the center on the top where it is. You can choose it to have in the middle. You can choose to have center bottom, then left bottom. This is left middle. This is left, this is right middle, right bottom. Okay. Let me leave it in this center. Okay. So all of these things you can play with. Then we have text direction. You can choose the way you write. Normally we do it on it, can do it on titles and so on and so forth. So text direction will change your text. Now you can see written facing down. So now it's facing up. So we have facing down, facing up, and diagonal, horizontal, sorry. Then we have the sort. Sort arranges in alphabetical order. I may want these names to alphabetical order, so I'll select them. And I'll come to sort. So ascending means A to Z, descending means Z to A. So if you choose ascending and you click OK, okay, now it's not accepted because there are some merged cells there. So ascending, let me just create another table. I have put in a lot of commands, that's why it's refusing. Let me remove all the commands I put. Okay. It should be able to work only that when you put a merge, because there's a merged cell, that's why it is refusing. But that is alphabetical order. Then this one removes the table and converts the table into a text. You can click on that cross there. If you click on that cross, it selects the entire table. And that table, you can convert it to text. So it asks you whether it makes it into paragraphs. I'm going to say, okay. So as you can see, it converts it into text. We have another option there under layout, which is called formula. So for the formula, you may want to add up these numbers. Let me fill in these gaps. So if I want to add up these numbers, the total here, I'll click formula. So it is going to equals sum left. We shall see in Excel what the equals sum left means, but now for the moment we take it as it is. So it is going to add up the sum to the left, and we say okay. So it will give you the total. Now when we come to the second one, and we click formula, so equals sum above. So it's want to add the figures above, but for us we want those on the left. So we shall remove the word above, and we put a word left, and we put left. So we put there left. You do the same. So as you see, this is hectic, but in Excel, we shall see how this is made so easily. Okay. Then we have option for repeat heading rows. So this is our heading row. If this table goes to another page, we want this heading row to be repeated. So I'll click on repeat heading row. So if this table was to go to another page, so you can see the heading row has been repeated. That is what that command does, repeat heading row. I want to remove it, I click back on it, and now you see it is not there. But when you click on it, select it, click repeat heading row, so it will be repeated. That is what that one does. Let's go to the table design. So under the table design, so under the table design, you select your table. We want to change the appearance of our table. So you click there, you select it. After selecting it, come to table design. So you have various designs of tables to choose from. You have various designs of tables you may want your table to take. But if you don't use those designs, which are inbuilt, you can create your own designs. By coming, this is the shading. It will help you to shade your table, to give it a color of your choice. You can also shade a column or a row. You can just shade a column or a row. Okay. Then you may want to change the lining styles of your table. So there you come to borders. So you select a type of lining style you want. You select the weight of the lining style. Then you select a color. You want that line style to take. So after you come to borders, then you click on all borders. So as you see now, my border styles have changed. You may want to remove the lines, still you select a table, you come to borders, and then you can select no borders. So there you can remove the borders. So basically, those are some of the things that you need to know about the tables. Unless there's anything you want me to repeat for you.
Yes, on the heading.
The heading,
Yes,
repeat a header row.
Make it, yes.
Sorry, you want to repeat header row?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is our header row. We want this table when it goes to the next page. Let me first remove the command. So when this table goes to another page, you can see now it has no heading. Okay. But I want this heading, senior to end of term, marks, to appear also down here. So there, I'll just click inside that header row, which I want to be repeated inside. So the moment I click, I select, click inside it. So the command becomes activated for repeat header rows. So I'll click on it. And then immediately the header row will be repeated. Immediately the header row will be repeated. If I want to remove it, I click back on the command and it will disappear. Any other? Any other question?
Sir,
Yes.
you said from A to Z is the ascending from.
Yeah, A to Z is arranged in alphabetical order. That is ascending. If you want to arrange in alphabetical order from A to Z. But if you want, let me put some names here. So if I select these names and I want them in alphabetical order, I'll use the sort button. So ascending is A to Z. Okay. And then descending is Z to A. So this sort tool is here, but also under the table command, we saw the same tool is there. And the layout, the same tool is there, can be used. It is exactly the same, only that here you're using it inside the tables, and on the other side, you're using it outside the tables, but it does the same thing.
Okay.
Okay. Let's progress. Still under the insert button, we have seen inserting tables, but we can also insert pictures. So you may want to insert a picture into your work. Instead of a table, you may want to insert a picture. So you just click anywhere you want to put a picture. Then you come to insert picture. So you have the choice to choose a picture either from this device. This device is your computer, or you can choose the picture online. So if I click this device, so it will take me to pictures, and I can look for any picture from my computer here. Let me look for this badge of Nkumba University. And I click insert. So when that picture comes, when you click on it, also it's going to bring another tab which is called picture format. Click away from it, you'll not see that tab. So when you click on it, you have picture format and you have formatting tools which you can use to format your picture. So you can remove a background from the picture in case it has a background. You can change the contrast, how it looks like. You can color, give it a different color. You can try all of these. Transparency, that means it is going to take the background color. Then you have different picture styles to choose from here. You can have as many as you can. You can scroll down. You can even put it in a circle. So you can try all this out in your free time. Picture border, that puts a border around it. Picture effects, you can have various effects for it, growing effects, and so on. You can try those. Then positioning, you can choose whether you put it on the top of, in the middle, top of the page in the middle, or you can put it just in the middle of the page. Then text wrapping is how it behaves with the text. So I can put it behind the text. As you can see, it is now behind the text. I can put it in front of the text. Depending on what you want. You can put it tight, you can put it square. Square is just like that. So you can try out all those options in your free time. Then the crop. When you use crop, you can cut part of your picture. Like I want to cut off these words and I remain with only the badge. So that is now, I've used the crop tool. You may also want to cut off this white part. So that is a crop. You can play with your picture anywhere you want to put it in your text. However, you can also insert drawings by coming to insert. Then you can put shapes. So you can use these shapes here to make any drawing you want. And select a shape, you make a drawing. Now, when you click away from the drawing, you don't have the format tab. But when you select the drawing, then the shape, you can change this shape. You can fill it with any color you want. That is a fill shape color. You can give it an outline color you want. You can give it any weight you want, outline weight you want. You can also draw another shape against it by coming back to insert, then shapes. So you can draw another shape. Give it any fill color you want. Now, if you want to put some words on this shape, then you have to come back to insert. Under insert shapes, then you look for the text box. So text box helps you to write text. You draw a text box, and then you can type there whatever you want. You know, Grace will like this. I know Grace is smiling now. So, Grace, I know you are smiling. Although I'm not seeing you, but I know you are smiling.
Yes, sir.
So you can play with the shapes anyhow you want. Okay. Just 1 minute. I need to talk to someone here.
It's okay.
Okay, I'm back. I see now the group is now big. I don't know where the rest have been, but we have moved. But I've recorded this lecture. I'll put it in the group, the recording. I have recorded the lecture. Those of you have missed. Okay. We have been here when Grace is so happy to see this. I know from here, Grace is going to design cards and send somewhere. So those are the shapes. You can play with all of these shapes. There are so many shapes to play with. You can play with these shapes the way you want. If you right click, you can change these shapes. I've showed you how we can use the formatting of shapes. Then we have also what we call inserting SmartArt. So in SmartArt, that one helps us to make hierarchical drawings like organizational charts. So when you click on Insert SmartArt, you have various charts to choose from. So you can choose an hierarchy and you say Insert. So you can, if it is a school, you can put head teacher, then deputy, maybe DOS, maybe you can put BASA. You have the teachers there. And then you can put the students committee. But these shapes, you can change them. When you click away from the SmartArt, you don't have the format tab. When you click inside, the format tab comes there. So you can format these shapes the way you want. You can format, you can give them a different fill color. You can use all these formatting tools here. You may have SmartArt design. You can move this shape. Say I have promoted that one up. I can put it on the same side. So you can play with these tools there. You can insert another shape before. Select. You can add a shape above. So you can change the way it appears using the SmartArt design and the format. You can also change the shape to different shape. You can change the shapes to different shapes. You can make it larger. So in your free time, you practice all these tools and come up with a very good shape. Any question concerning that, the SmartArt? Okay. Then we can also insert page numbers into our work. Under insert, you can have page numbers. You can put a page numbers on the bottom of your work. You can choose any style you want. You can insert page numbers on the top. You can also remove the page numbers. And just click on remove page numbers, they will disappear. But you can also put page numbers which are either A, B, C, D, or alphabetical numbers. You can also do that. Just need to charge my laptop. It's about to black out. Okay. So you can go to insert page numbers. You can choose format page numbers. Under format page numbers, you have number format. So you can choose the type of numbering format you want. Like if I want Roman numbers, and I'll click OK. So I'll come back to insert page numbers. Then bottom, I choose a numbering style. So as you can see now, they are Roman numbers. Those are inserting page numbers. You can also insert headers and footers in your work. So a header will appear on each and every page of your work, but on the top. But a footer will appear on each and every page of your work, but on the bottom. So when we come to insert headers, you can choose blank. So you can put whatever you want to put on the top there. Let me put online lecture. So after you can format it the way you want, you can give it, select it. And format it anyhow you want. And I'm going to put it in the center. Board. Okay, so I come back to headers and footer. Then I'll either click on close headers and footer, or I'll double click in the middle of my work. So when you look at all my pages on the top, you'll see that online lecture, every top will have that. Footer, you click blank. So again, what you put in the footer there will appear on each and every page, but on the bottom. So you can see what I put in the footer. It will appear on each and every page in the bottom. So those are headers and footers. You can insert headers and footers. Then we can also make a drop cap. Now drop cap makes the first letter of a paragraph dropped. It drops only the first letter of a paragraph. So you select it, then you come to drop cap. So dropped. So you can even choose how many lines you can drop. Automatically it drops 3 lines. But if I want to drop